Hi there, good afternoon. This is John again. Are you having problems with herons eating your goldfish? Well, we had a heron in the garden last year and it ate all our goldfish. It was wonderful to see the heron, but I didn't know he was eating the goldfish, so I had to come up with a plan, and this is me. This is an idea. First thing we're going to need is a housing to hold everything, so this is the job. The penguin will definitely work. We got two 12-volt security batteries here, and all we need those for is to open and close the solenoid valve here, which is 24 volts. So we put two 12 volts in series together to get 24 volts, and also we need power to power this motion sensor. This motion sensor is a 12-volt motion sensor, which is great. When I had this system set up before, it was running off 120 volts transformed down to 12, and I didn't like the idea of 120 volts in something that's spraying water everywhere. So here we go. We're going to paint this thing first because it's been sitting around for years. A nice paint job would be a good way to start, huh? And the way this works is it all starts off with batteries here. We've got two batteries, two 12-volt batteries connected in series to give us 24 volts on one side and 12 volts on the other. And we'll put them inside the door there so that they don't get wet. This is just a sprinkler here, and that is a motion detector. The batteries provide power to this motion sensor. When this motion sensor senses anything moving in front of it, it closes a circuit and it gives power to a solenoid which allows water to flow through this sprinkler head. So that's on that side, and here is just have a jug of water or whatever your water supply is going to be. But this whole unit is portable, and it has a convenient carrying handle on the side. Here at the back end, what we've got is a switch to turn on this pump, this water pump, 12-volt pump, and a switch to turn on the whole system. This guy here is the solenoid. This is a water pump, and the water, when the system's running, when this motion detector senses movement, it will close the circuit and turn on the power to this 24-volt solenoid here. The water will get sucked through there into that pump. The pump will pump the water to the solenoid. When that opens, it will pump it out to the sprinkler. And then when the motion sensor here quits sensing motion, it will open the circuit, which will stop power going to this solenoid, and it will close, stopping any further water going, because this is a portable unit. So you're kind of limited as to how much water, depends on what kind of container you're going to use for your water supply. I'm just using a 1-gallon milk jug. But then now we can give it a test out. And there she is there squirting. Okay, now all we got to do is adjust that sensor so it's not so sensitive. Here is the hot tub / goldfish pond. Pan across, and there's the Garden Guardian, GG for short. And you'll notice that there are no herons at the pond. The goldfish seem to be swimming around quite happily, but no herons. A coincidence? I think not. Oh yeah. Here is the wiring diagram for this contraption. It begins with two batteries, 12-volt batteries, security batteries. The positive from this battery is attached to the negative of that battery, creating a neutral area. From the positive on this battery, we go up to a switch to turn everything on. And from that switch, we go to a 12-volt motion sensor. So to get 12 volts to this sensor, all you do is just go to one side, and then from here you go through a diode and it takes you straight back to that. So there's your 12 volts taken care of. On this solenoid valve we need 24 volts, just because that's how they come. So we take it from the negative of the second battery to one side, and the positive from this battery, which will feed the other side of the solenoid. And how it all works is the positive goes through the switch and into the motion sensor, and when that sensor detects movement, it closes and allows electricity to go up and energize the solenoid valve. When that solenoid valve is energized, this valve opens and allows water to travel through to the sprinkler and sprinkle whatever's in front of that sensor. So that's how that works, a 24 volt solenoid valve. Now to get water to the valve, we have a 12 volt water pump, which is attached to a container of water, you know, a milk jug or whatever. You need probably about a gallon or two. And the circuit for the 12 volt water pump goes through that switch. Then there's a switch to turn the pump on, and when the water reaches a certain pressure, it turns itself off. It's got a pressure switch inside of that. So once the power goes to that, and then on the negative side it comes down to the battery there, to the negative side of the battery. I put a diode here because I was getting backfeed, like a 24 volt potential on that, so that was no good, so I put a diode there. Now it works perfectly. So quick run through. When the motion sensor, when everything is turned on, when the motion sensor senses movement in front of it, it allows electricity to energize the coil, which opens the valve and allows water to go out through the sprinkler, and the pressure is kept up by the 12 volt water pump. And that's all there is to it. I color coded things, you know, just to make it a bit easier to understand. Well, this has been a real fun project. So I updated it by making it portable and by using batteries and having a water source I can just take wherever you want. Hopefully it will work and keep the heron at bay. So thanks for watching, and see you on the next one of my projects. Bye bye.